On September 21, 1937, an unassuming Oxford professor released a story that would change literature forever. A tale about a hobbit who loved comfort, food, and quiet. It ended up on a journey that defined modern fantasy. This was the day J.R.R. Tolkien published The Hobbit. Tolkien never set out to create a global phenomenon. In fact, the story began as a bedtime tale for his children. While grading papers one day, he scribbled down the words, "In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit." That single line sparked the creation of Middle-earth. Over time, he expanded the story into a manuscript, weaving together elements of Norse mythology, his love of language, and his gift for storytelling. On September 21, 1937, the manuscript was published by George Allen and Unwin in London. The response was instant. The Hobbit was praised for its charm, imagination, and accessibility. It was originally marketed as a children's book, but adults quickly fell in love with it too. The publisher was so impressed, they asked Tolkien for a sequel, and that sweat eventually grew into the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But back to the beginning. The Hobbit follows Bilbo Baggins, a comfort-loving hobbit who is thrust into an adventure by the wizard Gandalf. Alongside a company of dwarves led by Thorin Oakenshield, Bilbo faces trolls, goblins, giant spiders, and of course a dragon named Smaug. But perhaps the most important encounter was with a strange, unsettling creature named Gollum who introduced readers to the One Ring. That little detail would later become the foundation for the Lord of the Rings saga. Throughout their adventures, Bilbo's courage, wit, and kindness shine through. He outsmarts a hungry troll by turning the bridge they're standing on into solid stone. He helps a young eagle escape from a mountain, repays the kindness of a giant by rescuing his imprisoned son. And he even manages to steal back the dwarves' treasure from a dragon. All these tales were crafted by an Oxford professor who had a remarkable talent for creating believable characters in immersive worlds. As J.R.R. Tolkien himself said, all the peoples of the world are more or less unhappy all the time, and they have forgotten the old ways, the old songs, and the old stories. For most of them, the only such lilt that has survived is in the sound of their own voices speaking their own language. With The Hobbit, Tolkien wove a new story and gave readers a world to escape to. Now let's dive into some fun facts about this timeless tale. The Hobbit has never been out of print since 1937. It's been translated into more than 50 languages. The original run was just 1,500 copies today. Rare first editions sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Tolkien, a professor of Anglo-Saxon, created entire languages for his world, like Elvish, which fans still study and speak today. Since its publication, The Hobbit has left an indelible mark on literature and pop culture. In a world before Dungeons and Dragons, The Hobbit fueled imaginations and inspired countless artists, musicians, and storytellers. Its influence can be seen in everything from The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Game of Thrones to countless other fantasy stories that followed. As we reflect on the enduring legacy of The Hobbit, it's clear that Tolkien's work has touched us all. Bilbo's journey reminds us that even the smallest among us can accomplish great things. And the world he inhabited shows us that the greatest adventures often begin with a single step outside our comfort zone. To J.R.R. Tolkien and the magical world he created, thank you for the adventures, the wonder, the reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a brighter day. So next time you find yourself feeling lost or alone, remember Bilbo's words, "Not all those who wander are lost." Happy birthday, The Hobbit. What began as a bedtime story became a cultural touchstone, inspiring readers for generations and changing fantasy forever. What's your favorite moment from The Hobbit? Bilbo's riddle game with Gollum, his courage against Smaug, or simply the line, "I'm going on an adventure"? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories that shaped our world. Till next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep an eye out for dragons.